everyone, this is Rajarshi Palit, PGT Economics from JNV Birbhum. In today's presentation, we are going to discuss about public facilities and sustainable development, which is a subtopic of the first chapter of economics for class 10. The learning objectives: the students will be able to describe public goods. The students will be able to explain the relation between public facilities and the level of development. The students will be able to determine the importance of sustainable development, and finally the students will be able to compare various steps towards sustainable development. Now let us come to public facilities. Money may not buy all the goods and services that we need to live for a decent life. That means there are some goods and services which we cannot buy with the money that we have. So, money by itself is not an adequate indicator of material goods and services an individual is able to use. That means there are certain goods and services which we are using, but for which we might not be paying. For many of the important things in life, the best way, also the cheapest way, is to provide it collectively. That means things should be made available to all of us, irrespective of our caste, creed, gender, etc. Now, what are public facilities? Public facilities are those facilities which are available to all of us. And while the use of public good is there, we cannot exclude anyone from its use. That means all have the equal right and the equal opportunity to use public facilities. The example of such facilities are street lights. They are available to all of us at night. Doesn't matter if I am rich or I am not. Law and order provided by the state, fresh air, these are available to all of us. The availability of quality public services is an important indicator of growth as well as development. When we see that in a society, the people are provided with good quality public facilities, then we can infer from there that the country has developed and it is also growing. Kerala has low infant mortality rates because it has adequate basic health facilities and educational facilities. So, from here we can see that the availability of adequate basic healthcare facility and educational facility has its impact on the infant mortality rate. So, if I consider infant mortality rate as an indicator of development, so what are the factors that are ensuring low infant mortality rate? It is the basic healthcare facility and educational facilities which are provided as public facilities to the general public. So, we can again say that better public facilities show higher levels of development. Now, to make a comparison of India and its neighboring countries, here we have the Human Development Index ranking of India and its neighboring countries for the year 2017 and 2018. From this, we can see that Sri Lanka and China, they are doing far better than India. So, there is a lot of scope for us as a nation to develop and be at par with the most developed countries in the world. Now we come to sustainable development. Now, since the second half of 20th century, a number of scientists have been warning that the present level and type of development is not sustainable. That means the type of development that is being undertaken, it is not sustainable. We will not be able to continue with it. So, development will be sustainable only when its fruits are available to us as well as the generations to come. So, we have to be very careful when we are using the natural resources, because these resources are going to deplete and are depleting, and if we use them indiscriminately, then it may so happen that the resources might not be available to the coming generations. So, overuse of natural resources can make development unsustainable. Now, steps towards sustainable development. First, responsible consumption and production. What sort of things we are consuming? Is it creating problems for the environment to assimilate the waste that is being generated? Then smart cities can be a step towards sustainable development, reducing carbon emission, reduce, reuse and recycle. This is the most important thing that can be done. Improving the quality of life, including social, cultural and economic dimensions. These are some things that can be done so that development becomes sustainable. Now some questions for self-assessment. Number one, what are public goods? What are its characteristics? Why do we associate public facilities with the level of development? Next, how can we ensure that development is sustainable? And finally, who has designed the Human Development Index? So, these are some of the questions which you should be able to answer. And I hope this presentation was uh, useful for you, and while going through this presentation you will get an idea regarding what are the types of questions and what are the areas you need to cover for appearing in your board exam in the days to come. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.